G'day YouTube, my name's Lance. Welcome to Bundy Bear's Shed. Well, the weather report. Today, 23 to 31, 99% humidity according to BOM. And this morning, it should be sunny this morning, but showers this afternoon and maybe thunderstorms this evening. So this last week, it's been quite a good week, as in rainfall. I think we're up to 67 millimetres since last Monday, and counting last Monday, so that's a 7-day period. Yesterday, I have the flywheels for the international famous engine out the back here, and I've got them undercoated. I'm waiting to put the top coat on, but yeah, as soon as you think it was okay to paint, you think, oh yeah, it's not looking too bad. And next thing, woof, down she'd come. So we had 14 millimetres yesterday, and yeah, it was just one shower after another. You'd think the shower would come through, and then you'd have sunshine in the middle, be nice and bright and sunny, and you think, oh yeah, and the humidity, whew. And, so the humidity had sorted you out a little bit, but I've got a couple of fans running around the place now, so that's okay. I'm going to put an effort in and try and get these flywheels painted off the famous engine this morning. They're going black. They were green, and they had a heap of, they've been painted many times over the years. So yeah, we found the original black paint underneath. So they're going black, which is what Tony from the club asked for when I agreed to do the engine for him. So yeah, I've got bits and pieces done on the engine over the week. I've got no tractor work done at all, not a sausage. I was planning on, the new battery tray for the 65, I was planning on getting that sandblasted and all that, but I ended up having to service the bead blaster. The grit gets that fine over time, it just gets really dusty. And the big sandblaster with the 60 grit, well, it's starting to get fine too, and it gets really dusty really quick. So I need to take some time out of the day and clean the filters and service the big one now. See how we go. But yeah, I thought if I got that on, well then I can sit the tank on the shroud and that, and I can have a bit of a look. But I'm still I'm right to go back to work this week, but I've been back to work a fortnight. But I've still got to take it easy on these knees for the moment. I'm looking for sit-down jobs, so I'm not getting too excited yet. I've had a bit of a yarn with Sparex through the week about the parts for the Massey 20, and there's just nothing much happening there at the moment. They're not even ordered. Yeah, the boss was going to get to it, but they sent him an email, and he's just busy. So we just got to bide our time. They've been good to us over the years, and I'm finding it a bit frustrating that I've got this tractor in the middle of the bloody doorway that I really would like to get finished and get it moving. So see, once I finish the steering and the front axle there, I've got to do the rock shaft, do all the linkage at the back there. But I don't want to get too involved too quick. If I'm having trouble getting parts, I don't want to commit to big heaps of stuff. I want to keep the tractor mobile so I can keep it out of the way and things like that. So we'll just see how we go there. It's a bit frustrating, but anyway, we'll just see. I noticed the views on the channel have dropped like 15,000 a month or something like that, because there's no tractor work happening. That's what people like to see. But yeah, I've got to look after my knees, so I'm not doing the final drives yet. They are coming, but I don't know when. I just got to make sure I'm comfortable with lifting a few heavier things around. At the moment with the engine I'm working on, I can sit next to the engine. I've put all the timing gears on, and I've got the water pump up and the gland in and all that sort of stuff. But I can sit near it. I've got stools everywhere. I can just sit down, and I'm really trying to take it easy. The knee with the torn meniscus, it is getting better. It really is. It's not too bad. But in saying that, the other day I had a bit of a clean up in the shed. Not that you'd know, but I had a bit of a tidy up. A bit of a tidy up, and when a tidy up, you walk and see something there, pick it up, bring it here, put it away, bug around, and after doing that for a few hours, well, I could feel it bloody tickle coming back in. My right hand one that's got the arthritis in it, well, that's how it is, no worries there. Pardon me, got a bit of a cough going on. So, yeah, look, nothing really exciting for the stew. I just, after work I've been coming home and I've been jumping on the tractor. I've got the front half of the paddock slashed, and every other afternoon I wasn't on the tractor on the slasher, I was on the rider mower. And so I've just got the place all mowed, and the orchard mowed, and around the shed here mowed. And with these bloody showers, up the front there, I mowed that on Thursday afternoon. I think did the lawn Thursday, I did the slashing Wednesday, lawn Thursday, it might have been the other way around. And no bullshit, there's about 70 mils of growth on the front lawn, just, you know, the little stick-up little buggers that beat the rest of it. Yeah, so I could actually jump on the mower today if it dried out and do a quick, it'll be a quick mow, but just to top it off. But yeah, we're just full-time mowing, and I had to sharpen mower blades and get new blades on and get the mower serviced up and get going again. And Jude's been helping out. She does the house yard with the push mower, but we spent a lot of time on mowers, which that's fine. It's lovely and green. The rain we've had through the week, the dam on the left-hand side, you've got, well, from the house, when you look at the shed, you've got a dam on the right and a dam on the left of the driveway. And we've got a big square culvert under the driveway. Well, the dam on the right that gets all the runoff from the paddock next door, it's almost going over into the other one. So, so as for water, it's just unreal. Like 2 or 3 months ago, we were carting water up the front and yeah, wondering about buying water, but I had the tank set up so I could get water out the back and take it up and load it into the front tanks to keep us going. Well, now almost on a daily basis, all the tanks are overflowing and the dams are slowly filling up again. The big tank out the back here, yeah, it's overflowing. Yeah, well, if I went out there now, just with the dew overnight, it would be trickling over probably. So times change, and yeah, weather changes quickly, doesn't it? But anyway, the club, the Rum City Vintage Machinery Club, through the week they went up and they were gifted a Toft cane loader, and it's got an International B414 engine on it, and the engine was supposed to be good, but of course it was stuck. So they went up and got that out over the week, last week on Wednesday, and so I've offered Tony. It's at Tony's shed, not mine. Tony's he's a diesel fitter, a Perkins man, and so I've offered him an engine stand here, so we can get it on there, because yeah, the old blokes with this big old engine rolling it around the bench trying to do it, and I was trying to explain to a couple of them how it worked, and yeah, they just didn't understand why it'd be a hassle rolling it around a bench. But anyway, so I've told Tony I'll do if Tony's going to pull the head off and all that sort of thing. But yeah, when you're in your 80s, just being able to wind a handle and turn the engine over and back and forth, it's got to be a benefit. Just has to be. But yeah, I've told them I'll do the injection pump for them, and it needs resealing. I got a few glow plugs from when I did the glow plug test, so I told them if they need them, they can have them. Pardon me. So that'll be moving forward in the next few weeks, I suppose. That might be interesting. I'm trying not to get too involved in that one. The blokes that are doing it are certainly capable people, and by doing this club engine, that's enough for the moment, you know. Yeah. So, but I can help by doing the injection pump and things like that. So we'll see what happens there. If I get the injection pump, I might do a quick run through it. But once you've done one of those CAV pumps, like I must have 3 or 4, half a dozen videos on those pumps now. So yeah, unless there's something different, it's probably not worth yeah, just repeating myself. Who knows? Who knows? If you're interested, let us know, and we might do it. Just film it. But it wouldn't be a full. If it's got fuel coming out, it wouldn't be a full overhaul. It'd just be a reseal. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I have been getting the shed tidied up slowly, and by Christ, it needed it. Yeah, I'm just I seem to have to work in a bloody jumble, but we are getting there, eh? It's a slow process, but we're getting there. And but I am enjoying it. I'm getting a bit more space around, and I've got a few plans for shuffling things, like that bench with the engine on it over there. Actually today, if I can get these flywheels painted, there's a Webster magneto over on the bench there. I may even set the camera up in the stew there, and I'll just show you. I can actually flick it with a screwdriver and it sparks. So I suppose you all know, but perhaps you don't. Everyone thinks of a magneto as a rotary device that goes round and round. It's got points that open and shut, and that causes a high tension spark that goes to a plug lead. Well, these old engines that I like the hit and miss engines. I like the igniter engines, you know, the low tension ones. I just like them. I don't know why, I just like them. And I like engines with spoked flywheels. I don't like the solid flywheels. I reckon they look shit. So, to get me excited about an engine, it's got to have spoked flywheels, an igniter, as in low tension ignition, and yeah, just those things. Yeah, hit and miss. Hit and miss is a bonus. Yet I do have some international M throttle governed. You know, so the hit and miss. You know, you hit power stroke, then it'll coast until it slows enough for the governor to kick in again. When the throttle governed, they're governed on the throttle, the speed, and they bang, 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 bang each time. So fire each, you know, they're 4-stroke. So anyway, these old things, yeah, the Webster setup on this engine I'm working on for the club on the 3 horsepower Famous. I don't know how many hours I've put in on that thing now, but anyway, that doesn't matter. I am enjoying it. I'm happy to do it for the club, and it's keeping me off my legs. You know, I can sit down and I can do a bit of bench work and things like that. But the old bloke that had this engine, rest in peace, but oh fella, it's just he painted it red, and then the magnet that's supposed to be black over the top went red. Then where it's supposed to, all the aluminium castings have been bead blasted. They've silver frosted it, and bloody terrible. So I didn't realise the young Kemp boys were here yesterday. They dropped my carry-all off. I lent the Kemp. Oh, that's something that may be of interest. I lent the Kemp boys my Ferguson carry-all because their surprise for their dad for Christmas was they were going to make one, because everyone they found anywhere was buggered, you know, rusted out and just shit. And because it had the Fergie badge on it, people wanting big money, so they asked could they borrow mine and make one off it. So I agreed to that, and they've had it since before Christmas sometime. And anyway, they dropped it off yesterday. They've made the old boy a couple. Oh, they've made 2, I believe. And actually, I'll see. They sent me a photo on my phone. I'll see if if I can shift the phone. If I can get the photo into the thing here, I'll put it here. And anyway, so yesterday they come for a visit and returned my carry-all, and we went for a walk around and had a look at stuff. And we were talking about low tension magnetos, because one of them's one young fella's a boiler maker, apprentice boiler maker, and the other one's a fitter and turner down at Walker's in Maryborough. So anyway, I was just having show and tell around the shed, and we got a whole Maggie out, and I've got one that's seized. The first one I bought was seized, but yeah, we got it out, and the Webster magneto setup, igniter setup, I pulled the plastic bag off it, because I've never had the plastic bag off it before. I just undid the bolts and put it in the fridge out of the way. And I pulled the bag off and I looked at it and I thought, holy shit, old Silverfrost Sam been here. My dad used to love Silverfrost. He'd have an old spanner, and he'd paint the whole thing with Silverfrost, and he'd put a red handle or a black handle, and he'd take it to the auction centre in town and try and hock it off, because, it looks like new. It looks really good, nice. I said, that's bloody shit, Dad. Just leave it as is. Oh, no. I don't. If I have any Silverfrost in the shed here, it'll be to put on an old head gasket that I couldn't buy, I think. So see what happens. But today I'm just planning on doing engine work. Straight after the stew, I'm going to try and get those flywheels painted. I've got to sand the outer. I was thinking of having a polished outer, have black spokes and a nice shiny outer, but where these have sat in their life, who knows where, the flywheel's pitted, and so there's just no sense in doing that. It won't work. You'll see a couple of O-ring kits here. I've been having trouble with O-rings. Oh, not O-rings, but just supply and things like that, supply of parts. And sometimes when I order parts, I order 3 O-rings and you've got to buy a packet of 20 or a packet of 50. The other day I got some David Brown axle O-rings, and I wanted 2 for this 880. I'm slowly sneaking up on parts for this 880 for whenever we get to it. And I had to buy a packet of 50. And I thought, well, that's bloody silly, for the rest of my life. The companies might get the O-ring sale now, but for the rest of my life, I won't be buying any more of them. So I've decided I've hit Sparex up about a few O-ring kits. I've just bought the 2 O-ring kits that Bearco offer, and I do have a selection of O-ring kits like up over here that I've been using recently. I'm just going to stock up on O-rings of different sizes, so instead of buying 5 and 10 at a time and things like that. See, our suppliers, you want to buy, you come to the counter and say, I need an O-ring, can you order me an O-ring for such and such? Yeah, no worries. And if we haven't got it in stock in a kit, we have to go to, say, Sparex, for instance, and order one, but we're not allowed to order one, we've got to order 10. And so we order 10, we sell you 1, the rest just go into stock and they'll probably be buggered by the time we get to using them. But I suppose some bean counter somewhere has worked out that by the time they put 10 in a packet, they've got less staff counting stuff, and they've picked up sales. They've been really clever. The sales marketing bloke, he's been a real clever prick, and he's picked up sales by 10% because everyone has to buy this shit they don't want. So we don't do that to our customers. If we take the bulk out of it, we don't say you've got to buy 6 of this or something like that. So anyway, see what happens. But look, that's about it for the stew. Nothing exciting. I will go for a quick walk with the camera and show you what's going on, and just a bit of a lap around. The fuel tank that I put the red coat sealer in, I put another coat of that in last week, and it's been holding fuel there for like 3 days now. Not quite 3 days now. So I've got I've put a cap in on that, and I've got it sitting there, so it can probably go back in under the engine now, and I can start all the plumbing for the fuel pump and things like that. So I've sort of been a bit stalled with that as well, because I didn't want to put the tank in until it was tested properly. So, but look, it seems okay. It's holding fuel all right. We've just got to presume it's good. So anyway, sorry there's not a lot of content. It was just not much going on. I haven't got any parts to do tractor work. I don't want to do the final drives in the 65 yet, and I don't want to go lumping fuel tanks around too much. I just got to stay steady. So anyway, we'll see. Better days ahead. I have Australia Days coming up. Australia Days January, the weekend of January the 26th. So the 26th of January is a Friday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday are public holidays. And my mate Dave and Mick and Margaret, Dave and Jody and Mick and Margaret that went up to the Cape with us, they're coming to stay at our place over the Australia Day weekend. So so we're having to get together and just to catch up and just see how everyone is, sort of thing. We haven't been together since the trip, since we got home in October, whenever it was last year. So we talk all the time. We've got a private message group going on, but they'll be coming up. So see what we get up to there. We'll just see. But anyway, look, have a good week, everyone. Thanks for stopping by, and look, we'll catch you all next week, eh? Well, there's the flywheels. So they're all undercoated. I do have to sand the outer rim here. There's a couple of humps and bumps and that there. I'm going to try and get that a bit tidier than it is. And we'll get a bit of black on. I've got my paint rack has got a boat on it. But under the thing here I've got a bit of pipe, and there the governor weights and the governor collar. that comes out and helps it govern. And yeah, we'll go up the front and have a look at the engine. Okay, that's a Webster tripolar magneto, and it doesn't have spark plugs. It has a set of points in here, and as it flicks, it just opens the points. So they're a pretty good thing. They used to have a battery and a coil, and originally they had an igniter, which was just this fella here, and the points stayed open so that when you had a battery and a coil hooked up, you weren't draining the voltage all the time. So with these ones here, they actually remain closed. And I was reading that the theory behind that was that they don't carbon up the points in that so much. But they usually, yeah, you just give them a flick and they get a spark. I'll just see if I can give it a bit of a... not today, by the look of that. But yeah, I haven't done anything on that engine. I bought a heap of plumbing fittings. Then the engine over here, I polished that up yesterday afternoon, the oiler. That's looking lovely. They just had a big black old rubber hose curling around into here. So I've gone and I've got a heap of plumbing fittings and got that hooked into the water pump. The timing gears and all that are all on, and yeah, the pump's on and things like that. So yeah, look, we're coming along. Yeah, it's not looking too bad. There's my old carry all the boys brought back. I need to do the timber on that one day, because that must to do. And if I swing you around here, I got the heat burnt between showers the other day. We've got the place tidy through here. All the front, if you look way up the front there, the whole front of the property is slashed. Now from the dams back to here are not slashed, but I'll probably get to that this week maybe. We'll just see how we go. But yeah, look, beautiful blue skies. And yeah, but they reckon showers building this afternoon and maybe storms, so I'd better get inside and do a bit of work, I'd imagine. Yeah, get a bit of shit happening.